Hello and greetings. I am May, but I guess the rest of yous know me best as the commander. Now, yous are probably wondering, why am I making this video? Because I feel like, this is probably a way for some of yous in the Wild Assault community to kind of know me better. Now, first of all, like, I know some of yous wondered, like, how did I adapt to the game so quickly when I first started? I didn't. Like, I only memorize my gunplay instincts.
Okay. I'm reloading. Almost
Like,
one for the team.
all sorts of shooter games you could think of, I played them. Halo, Call of Duty. I even tried Battlefield a few times. Yeah. Although, I wasn't really happy in those communities. Because I don't think it takes a genius to know that the Call of Duty people, at least the majority
Aaron
of them,
reloading.
are not very nice. Because most of them don't know when to just stop and think
Aaron
maybe
reloading.
what they're doing is just a game and not their livelihood. But hey, what can anyone do about it, huh? It I guess it's just certain people that's on the internet, right?
Aaron reloading.
Some like to act tough when they're actually not. Like,
Enemy attack. Aaron reloading.
trust me, I know I'm only tough like on a video game because I spend most of my days on video games.
Too slow, my furry foes. Aaron
And before
reloading.
you guys even ask, yes, these are level 50 bots. So these are not pushovers. Th-
Hold on.
the what you're seeing right now is my personal training room.
Hold my paws.
This is where I come to practice different gun designs or even different combinations that I could think of. Heck, I might as well go as far to say that this is where I go to practice some characters that
It's
I'm not
not
actually
safe
good with.
here.
Cover me. I'm.
Like Akihime. I'm obviously a terrible Akihime. But I like playing her because she's the closest thing we got to a stealth unit. I mean, I would definitely like a stealth unit in Wild Assault, where their whole shtick is just turning invisible
Oh, yes.
and ambushing those that they can.
Reloading.
I mean,
Still
this
you can
is
catch me.
okay-ish, but I don't like how the bubble kind of like signals the enemies, hey, there's an Akihime over here. But I get it. You go in your bubble, you slide, and you're just you're kind of invisible for a couple of seconds.
Almost took one for the
Cover me. Reloading.
But that don't stop bots from actually detecting you, you know?
Time to score. どこを見ているのか
Let's have some.
ボーリング、ボーリング。ボーリング。
So yeah, I came from a lot of games.
Fight harder.
And I think the game I got hooked onto for far too long had to be
Oh,
World of
yes.
Warcraft. Because I wanted something different, and plus, most of my friends and family were playing it at the time. So yeah, I subscribed, I bought shop items and everything.
Changing mag.
but it was only recently that I felt like the community just was not making the game worth it enough for me to play.
Who should I play
Because
with
it
next?
almost felt like the community just wants to push people away rather than make them feel welcome.
カバーにリローディング
Like, I think some of you know the kind of players I'm talking about. Like, elitists, slash,
ボーリングボーリング Still
I swear these are level 50 bots. I don't know why some of them are just being dumb, but like,
Taking fire.
this is why this is a practice room, not a full-on training room.
Someone's hit.
Changing mag. Stand
Hang
by.
in there.
Great, I lost my train of thought, but
Fight harder.
Time to score
anyways, point being is, I came to Wild Assault because
Oh,
a friend
yes.
of mine recommended it to me. And it looked kind of awesome, but I didn't get to play right away as soon as the early access was available because like I didn't have the cash on me at the moment, you know? So, yeah, I missed out on some stuff. And I obviously missed out on some experiences. But hey, what can we do about it now, right? I mean, I managed to do the battle passes, and I think that's what matters, right?
Aaron's coming
Because the
straight
battle
out.
passes is where you get some of the guns. Oh wait, this is the M11. Oh well.
It's
No
not
biggie.
safe here
Who's over here? But yeah. Yeah, I missed out on a lot because I was too poor. Nah, truth be told, money was tight at the moment because of grocery prices and such that are going on up here in Canada. Yep, for those who don't know, I'm Canadian.
Boring, boring. Boring.
Locked and loaded.
Reloading.
Medic. I need a medic. 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 I need a medic.
Let's have some fun.
So yeah, I'm basically born in Canada, born and raised. Now, I'm not gonna give my exact location, but I'm just gonna say Quebec, Canada. And no, I'm not French.
Hold on.
Cover me.
Some of you are like,
Reloading.
some of you are probably like, oh my gosh! They are a Canadian Quebecer, and they're not French?
Where's my health insurance?
Well, that's because I wasn't raised in a French household. And not to mention, I kind of have,
Still think you
a mild level of autism. So like,
Not my lucky go on.
Reloading.
so basically, me even learning English at the when I was
Who
young
should
was
I
almost
play with
impossible
next?
for my family. So I literally had to go to this professional who had clever ways of teaching me how to speak. She was a nice speech psychologist, you know.
Cover.
It's a shame I forgot her name, you know.
Hold on.
But maybe for innocence sake, maybe it's best that I don't mention names.
Reloading.
Hold my paws.
Medic.
But yeah,
Try not to get yourself
So
harmed,
yeah,
dear.
English was a language that may have been simple to
It's not.
like the majority of the world, maybe, but not to me. As a matter of fact, speaking at all was not easy for me.
I can still fight.
Like I wasn't even willing to even practice my voice at all. Like when I was like very young, I would just point at the things that I wanted or you know needed.
It's oyasumi.
Come on. I still need your battle.
So yeah. But of course, because of this clever psychologist, she used the ways of art and games to kind of educate me on how to speak. But of course, the first time I actually decided to use my voice at all was because of my older
Who
brother.
should I
And maybe for his
present
innocent
next
sake,
to?
I'll just keep his name as Kyle. So Kyle was okay. Maybe he started out as maybe not completely the best brother, but I could guarantee you now he's a lot different compared to who he was in his childhood.
Aaron reloaded.
Huh?
Like today, he's more like chill and awesome, you know. Like I like to think from teenage years to now is more like is definitely where he became awesome. Now he's only 1 year older than me, but like he's obviously way bigger than I am.
Reloading.
Like Kyle is a walking power driver. I'm not joking.
What's up?
Like he may not be the
It's not
tallest,
safe here. I'm
but-
not waiting.
but
Fun.
let me tell you now, he's pretty much got
I'm not going down.
he's pretty much got plenty of muscle under
It's not
all
oyasumi.
that layer of flesh that people like to call fat. I don't think that's really fat on him
Really
these
think you
days.
can get away?
It's mostly just
Reloading.
like
Meal 10.
flexible flesh that allows him to
Don't shoot.
you know, bend his arms in certain ways.
Fight harder.
But like I'm telling you now, he has
Loading.
muscles. He's like a human variation of a gorilla. At least in my household. Like if something heavy was needed to lift, Kyle always had to kind of like help,
Please help me.
or was always asked to help. And trust me, even when Kyle didn't actually want
Who
to,
should I
he
present?
usually gets up and helps.
It's it.
Because Kyle these days, he just wants to be helpful, you know?
Fight harder.
And then there's my little brother, which for his innocence, and the sake of his identity, we're just going to call him Brandon. Brandon has always been a unique person. Like from very young, none of us even
It's
knew.
not safe
All right.
here.
None of us knew about much about him. Like Brandon is always like educating some stuffed animals when
It's not
when he was young,
boring.
because he always wanted to become a teacher.
Boring.
And he definitely did a lot of studying. And before you know it, bada bing, bada boom. He's pretty much the brains of the household.
I'm hit.
Who should I play
And
with
he's only
next
2
door?
years younger than me.
리로딩.
I'm not using my Akihime slide slash as I should be using it. Like, this probably fools bots, but not players. And to give you an idea on how old Kyle and Brandon are compared to me, I'm 32 years old. Probably going on 33 next May 14th. That's my birthday. Now, back to who I am.
It's a trap. Take
I was pretty much a non-socializing child. But if there was something I was known for in my younger years,
Someone's
is
down.
I was
Be careful.
pretty creative, clever, and sometimes even sneaky.
カバーにリローディングスティールシーン You can catch me Who should I play with next door?
It's just, you know,
リローディング
I'm looking back at my own history, and I'm just like, sheesh,
I'm reloading.
what was I back then? Like,
You won't get far.
what I mean by being creative was, like, I was pretty much a little artist ahead of my time, you know, like, normally when 3-year-olds are, like, drawing messy stuff or stick figures, I was actually drawing a lot more accurate than what 3-year-olds would normally would draw.
ボーリング
But that's not the point. Point being is,
おやすみ
yeah. I was an artist ahead of my time. But as some of you may have saw my style, like, I did not want to evolve to more realistic styles. I more focused on more cartoonier styles, you know? Because that is what I preferred. But of course, the majority of my life, I realized now that I was pretty much in denial of who I really
I'm not
was.
waiting
Because at the time when I was young, like we were taught by like quote unquote the church that that in any sort of way being gay or trans was basically considered sinish, and those who commit sin were going to go straight to hell. But you know what? I wasn't gonna. I was not just gonna let some guy in some robe just tell me who I can and cannot be. You know. But then again, it wasn't the church that kind of intimidated me to not come out as a transgender. It was more of my high school, really. Actually, school in general. Like, there was a phase where, like, I pretended I hated gay people because I was getting called gay all the time, like an insult. But I gave up on that little act as soon as I learned that Brandon, my little brother, was gay. I mean, at first my reaction was like was I was trying to keep up with the act, but But when I saw the misery on my brother's face and the disappointment in my older brother's face, I realized now that even pretending to hate somebody for being different
Who
is
should
not
I
okay.
play with next? Cover me. Reloading.
I mean, I could go on all day on how it's wrong to judge somebody just because of
Oh
their
yes.
just because of how different they are, but you know,
Erwin reloading.
Taking fire.
but you know, I guess I just had to accept the fact that I too was different. I mean, I was born a boy, all right? I was born a boy. But later on in my life, I learned that I had to be true to myself and stop trying to pretend to be things or
Reloading.
a type of person that I'm not. So I but I was scared to come out
should
as
I
trans
play?
to my family because I didn't know how they were going to react.
Almost took one for the
I am
team.
reloading.
But then my older brother Kyle, like, he just walked up to me while I was on my
He ain't gonna
computer
make it.
and he wanted to ask me a question. And he
Loading.
well, long
Loading.
story short, he basically pieced together that I was a transgender in the closet.
Cover me. Reloading. Don't think you can catch me.
And what he wanted me to do was come out of the closet, you know? So I did. The first people I told was my younger brother, Brandon, and my mother. I was expecting some form of shock / disappointment. That's what I was originally expecting. But what I got instead was it was not disappointment. It was not anger. It was more
Oh yes.
like it's almost as if
It's not reloading.
they heard something that they needed to hear, you know?
Fight harder.
Like, you know, when somebody tells you the truth about something that you probably never thought you would hear, but you heard it, you just heard it just now.
See you again.
Yeah. That was basically my mom and younger brother's expressions. And at that same moment, I
Oh.
apologized to my
Someone
younger
stop.
brother for pretending to hate
It's not
people
safe here.
just because I did not want to get picked on. Now, at first, I was more into girls. I'm not gonna lie. I was into girls when I first started out,
Reloading.
like throughout my life.
Harder.
Like I had no interest in boys, at least not at first.
Loading. Reloading.
But then I suddenly had an awakening when I met a few guys, but I'm not going into those stories, at least not now.
Oh yes, me.
So yeah, I came out as transgender, and
Reloading.
then afterward I told my father about it when he came over one time, and
Please. Medic here. You'll be fine.
Cover me.
and
Reloading.
I didn't know how he was going to react, but
Who should I
he
play
reacted
with
the
next?
exact same way as my younger brother, Brandon, and my mother. Just was surprised, but heard
Listen up.
something
I'll
that
catch you up.
they felt like they needed to hear after a long time. I mean, I was actually shocked that my family was accepting and caring. Like, they even went as far as to help me find the people that I needed to help start with my progression. Of course, I started my progression late, so I don't exactly look feminine. But we're not going to go into that. At least not this day. But yeah.
Taking fire.
Basically, I went through the estrogen treatments for a couple of years. I think I needed at least 2 for the surgery. But the bottom surgery. But I'm not going
I
into
don't
details
care
about
how
that.
they see me.
So yeah, here I am, just on my computer and just telling information about myself that I think should be known. But anyways, I think that's enough of me talking about myself. Why don't you um like let me know on what you think about what I told you so far. Who knows? Maybe I might share a little more stories. Or if you didn't like this, then that's fine. I probably won't do it again. But I just felt like you guys needed to know the basic stuff about me, and how I ended up here. So yeah, I don't exactly have a proper outro, but I hope you all have a awesome day whenever you're watching this. I don't know. Uh, you know what? Have good times ahead. That's what I'm gonna say. Have good times ahead. Goodbye.